This video was sponsored and developed by Neurocrine Biosciences. Jeff was compensated by Neurocrine Biosciences to share his story.
My name is Jeff. I live in Northeast Philadelphia. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia when I was 17 years old. I had a rough time growing up. There was a lot of difficult situations that I had to endure. Didn't have any friends at that time. Felt hopeless. But once I had my first breakdown, I was hospitalized then, right before I graduated high school. I stayed home basically that whole 1970s. That was a whole decade that was unproductive, and if I continued to do that, I would wake up one day, an old man, and not have felt like I accomplished anything. I was seeing a psychiatrist, and he encouraged me to enroll into a mental health program. The program was very big on building social skills, making friends, and being part of society as a whole. And that was important because that made me build up my self-confidence. Over the years, I was on a lot of antipsychotic medications until I tried one particular psychiatric medication that soon after I started taking it, I felt the best I did since I was a little boy. I had no self-consciousness being out in public on this medication. When my psychiatrist warned me that I would develop physical symptoms in several years in the future, I wasn't really concerned about it because I was doing so well. I didn't want to have the risk of giving that up. Several years later, I woke up one morning and I noticed that my cheeks were puffing in and out uncontrollably. And I was horrified when I saw my image in the mirror. And then the puffing in and out changed to grimacing, and I wasn't surprised that I was diagnosed with Tardive Dyskinesia, TD, because I knew grimacing was one of the symptoms, but I was surprised. I started to have other physical problems that I wasn't prepared for. TD has had a big impact on my life. My symptoms of TD are very visible, and as a result, people look at me differently. I travel by public transportation, and I have kids turn around and stare at me because they're curious or they don't understand why this man's making faces. So I don't get upset about that, but it does upset me. When people see me grimacing, they come to the conclusion that there's something wrong with me. I also dealt with discrimination. Several times when I went with a friend into a restaurant, the hostess or the host escorts me to the small dining room, and they do that to keep me away from most of the patrons. I'm very saddened that there's people who have TD, and because of their movements, they're embarrassed to be around other people. Over the years, I worked with my doctors to treat my TD, but nothing really worked effectively. I think doctors could be more helpful with their patients by addressing the social stigma that TD patients have to endure, and finding steps where they can help their patients feel comfortable in the community. I've been very fortunate to be in the community. I like being on committees, seeing the same people every time, and you have a connection with them. Also, I'm very active at my church. I teach Sunday school to the adults. I've been making presentations for years. And I think which is most rewarding is they see that I have challenges like schizophrenia and Tardive Dyskinesia. And they see all that I'm able to do despite these disorders. If I can do it, then other people can do it as well. I believe I can make a difference. Thank you very much. My name is Jeff, and I'm honored to share my story.